Its participants have a long history of crime, but with the help of a program launched in Norfolk 3 years ago, some repeat offenders are getting out of jail and don't plan to go back. Courtney Stewart is Specialized Dockets Director for the Norfolk Circuit Court, where teamwork is the key to the program's success. Welcome to the show, Courtney. We're so glad you could make it.
Thank you.
The court system may be a bit of a maze to many people, but when it comes to something called Specialized Courts Dockets, this is an area that takes a look at the court system in a very different way. And one of the areas we wanted to talk about was reentry court. And reentry, as some people may have heard, is about folks who may have a need and help to get back into the mainstream after they've served time. But the folks that are being assisted in this program have a little more that they have in terms of challenges, don't they?
Yes, absolutely. The Norfolk Circuit Court Reentry Docket started in 2011 and is actually the pilot program for the Commonwealth of Virginia. So we're very excited here in the city of Norfolk to have been the first reentry docket here in the state. The reentry docket consists of a collaboration of community partnerships that work together to provide team support for individuals who participate in the program.
Okay, so these individuals who are participating, are they people who have been in and out of the system?
Yes, they've been in and out of the system for many years. They have a high recidivism rate. Many of them have substance abuse issues, housing issues, and issues with education and support. So what the team does is provide support services to those individuals who come into the program looking for assistance and looking for a way to better their lives.
Okay, and looking for a way maybe to get through some of the barriers that brought them back into jail in the first place.
Absolutely.
Yeah, well, the team that you speak of, or the different groups that are involved, well, clearly Norfolk Circuit Court is one of them. And what other entities are involved in helping?
The other entities that are involved are Norfolk Public Defender's Office, Norfolk Commonwealth Attorney's Office, Norfolk Second Chances, Norfolk Department of Human Services, and Norfolk Probation and Parole.
That's a pretty impressive list of organizations and departments that are helping individuals to get through, but there is something to be said for getting through it and moving forward. And there was a graduation just a couple of weeks ago that celebrates the people who have actually gone through this process. And the way they spoke after having gone through this was so inspirational.
Absolutely. This is a tough program. It's definitely not a get out of jail pass. It's definitely not a way to avoid dealing with problems. So the typical participant spends about 18 months in the program. There are 4 phases to the program, so they have to progress through every phase of the program. So finally, of course, upon graduation, everybody is very happy and very excited to see an individual change their lives. It's a wonderful feeling, and we're very happy to have celebrated our 10th graduate on October the 8th.
Well, what is the mindset for many people that maybe first get into this program? This is a big commitment. It's not something you go, oh, I've changed my mind. You really have to make a serious commitment, and it's a big decision.
It is. It is. Most individuals who come in, they come in and they're ready to get started. They've made a commitment because it is a voluntary program. However, as you first start going through making changes in your life, it's very difficult. So you can experience resistance, you can experience feeling overwhelmed, you can experience a little depression, and that is what the team is there for. The team is there to provide support to participants as they're going through the different emotional phases of completing the program.
Well, and yet so when they feel like they're going to fall, there's somebody there to catch them and say, hey, let's get back on track.
Absolutely, whether it's their probation officer, whether it's a mentor, whether it's their counselor, or whether it's their peers, there's always someone there to make sure that they know that we're here for you. We're going to help you see it through.
This 18 months you're talking about, is this while they are serving time, or is it after they have served time, or maybe they're out on parole?
This is after they've served their time. The
Okay.
18 months starts after they serve their time. They have a
Okay.
small portion of the program that is a pre-release portion while they're finishing up their time within the jail. And then once they leave the jail, they do the 18 months of the program, and then they're complete.
Okay. I can imagine that if there are folks that have committed to this and there are people who are helping them who have committed to this as well, and resources have been committed to it and funding, that this is a really serious thing. So the folks are probably getting some attention pretty much, at least not, if not round the clock, then every day.
Yes, they do report to court every week and
Wow.
meet with the judge on a weekly basis. They report to probation and parole on a weekly basis, and they constantly have substance abuse meetings, group meetings, individual counseling, and they also receive an assessment upon coming into the program to help determine what their needs are and what their barriers may be. So the team works weekly to make sure that we're meeting the goals.
Okay, so each person has a plan that's been developed for them, and it can change depending on what their needs are along the way.
Yes, absolutely.
That's a lot of work for a lot of people, but it's working.
It is working, and we're very dedicated. The team is extremely dedicated to ensuring that we have these programs in the city of Norfolk because they are important. They are very important, and they help people change lives. They help reduce the recidivism rate. They help crime and safety and crime control, and they also help reunify individuals with their families, and they also become tax-paying citizens. So it's very critical that we continue these programs here in Norfolk.
So that's continuing in Norfolk. Are other localities taking this up yet, or are we still the example being set for the state?
Other localities are definitely looking at the reentry docket program here in Norfolk to model their programs as well. So it is definitely taking off.
Okay, that's got to feel good for all the people who are participating.
It does. It does. It lets us know that our work is valuable.
How many folks have actually gone through this program, do you know?
We've had approximately 10 graduates.
Okay.
So the graduation ceremony that we had last week was our 10th graduate.
Wow, okay.
Yes, yes.
Not bad for 3 years and a lot of intensive work to be done for each of them. How are the families involved with this, or are they?
The families are involved. The families provide participants with a lot of support, whether it is allowing the participant to live with them or attending meetings, providing transportation, calling the probation officer or calling the counselor to provide information or to just see if they can be of service. So the family is very critical in a person's transitioning back into society.
I attended the graduation a couple of weeks ago, and there were family members and friends that were in attendance and were incredibly supportive. It was, it really does take your breath away.
It
when you
does.
see where people have come from and where they've gone, and that they can talk about it as openly as they can. Of course, the real challenge is once you've graduated, is to continue on in that manner. Are there resources for them once they've completed everything?
Oh yes, there's always the peer support. They always have the availability to meet and support one another. Everyone on the team is a phone call away. If they need any type of support, they can call anyone on the team and let them know that they have a need, and we will work diligently to help them meet that need. And most of all, they have each other, and they really support each other because they know what they have been through. So it's very critical that they pick up the phone and call their peers and say, hey, I need you.
Wow.
And they're always there. We have peers that are mentors for other individuals, peers that have graduated, and now they're mentors for other individuals in the program, and it's very powerful.
Wow, yes it is. There's nothing more powerful than being able to share what you've experienced with somebody else to help them along. Well, it doesn't sound like court, but it is, and this is a very important program. Again, the City of Norfolk has basically set the stage for other localities. They're taking a look at it, and they want this to be replicated throughout the Commonwealth. So good news, not only for people who have served time and don't want to go back, but it breaks that cycle of recidivism.
Yes, it does.
Thank you, Courtney, for sharing your very valuable time. I know you probably have a whole bunch of people that are waiting for you right now, so we appreciate your sharing some great information and some good news.
Thank you for having me.
The YWCA of Southampton Roads and Old Dominion University are working together to battle a family epidemic. More in a moment.